Welcome back to Triathlon Sushi. I'm at Brandenburger Gate now, which is going to be the last stretch of the end of Berlin Marathon. I'm going to take you through the marathon course, and on the way I will show you cool places, historical places, whatever I know off my head. Anyway, there's a demonstration going on. Don't worry, on the race day it won't be there. It's kind of normal in Berlin. It happens every weekend anyway. So yeah, this is normal. And as you can see, I'm wearing a bike helmet. Yes, I won't be running on the course, I'll be riding through. I'm a lazy triathlete, you can blame on that. So yeah, let's see. It was a bit too noisy at Brandenburg Gate, so I came to the waiting area before the start. I explain a little bit about Brandenburger Tor, Brandenburg Gate. Back in old days, Berlin City used to have a city wall, and each point, streets going out to other cities were named after these cities. So this gate was leading to Brandenburg. That's why it's called Brandenburg Gate. Before we start, I want to explain some details about this video. Because I'll be riding a bike, I won't be running on the main street where you'll be running, nor pedestrian part of the street. In Berlin or in Germany it's quite strict, so people shouldn't be walking on the bike path. You get eaten out. Many tourists don't realize that they're standing on a bike path, so just be careful, especially when you're doing a Recon run or just walking around in a city. Just always be careful. Usually the bike path is painted in red. This particular example is not in red, but it's got a bicycle mark on it, so you know where to avoid. I'm at the start of the marathon, so this is going to be the area. In the background you can see the Siegessäule, victory column of Berlin. Originally this victory column was made for the war against Denmark, I think, but later they added the golden lady on top of the tower, and yeah, they just added some more victories to it. Additional knowledge, just after the war, when they need more food, apparently they grew veggies and stuff in these gardens, so it didn't used to look like this. Anyway, nowadays it's a great area to just chill and relax, sunbathe during summer, and of course there are so many runners. Yes, this is where you'll be starting, 42.195 kilometers. So now we're going to look at the course. about 2.5k in on a course. It's Technical University of Berlin. That's where the father of rockets, ballistic missiles and NASA, Werner von Braun, studied. Yeah, and after this point you'll be turning right, heading north. So this is about 5k point from the start. This should be a water only aid station. It's in Morbit. I'd call it Morbit aid station. So yeah, if you see these towers, you know that's gonna be around 5k. Around 7k point you get to see the Bundestag complex. You may, if you're not too stressed, you may be able to have a tiny look at Reichstag. It's hidden behind this modern building. So if you want to see Reichstag while you're running, just have a look. If you're just strolling around in Berlin, just go get closer. Mind you, if you want to get inside Reichstag, you need to book online. So I recommend you to do that before you come to Germany, because sometimes I think it takes a while to get registered. A few days, I think. As you head east on Reinhardtstraße, you will see Friedrichstadtpalast. That's a big theatre production, sort of Las Vegas style. If you're here with the family, they've got quite nice shows. So yeah, back ahead, and the dress code here is not so strict. Maybe you should avoid going there with running shorts and running shoes. You should protect your race shoes anyway. Never wear race shoes to casual activities. So yeah, put nice casual shoes and proper clothes and enjoy. From here, you turn left and then turn right onto Torstraße. So this is Rosenthaler Platz. It's on Torstraße. I explain why it's called Torstraße. As I explained at Brandenburger Tor, there used to be gates heading towards different cities. And this point in particular was heading towards Rosenthal. That's why it's called Rosenthaler Platz. This should be an aid station. Somewhere around here, it's around 9 kilometers from the start. So yeah, just remember what it looks like. This is Rosenthaler Platz. In this area, there are plenty of nice cafes and bars, some restaurants too. So if you after nice meals, it's one of the options. Torstraße leads on to Mollstraße, and after the first block you turn right and onto Otto-Braun-Straße towards Alexanderplatz. From here, at this point, you turn left onto, I think, Karl-Marx-Allee, I think. On the right hand side that's Alexanderstraße, but on the left hand side that's Karl-Marx-Allee, so be careful. These streets change names halfway through. So this, if you just keep on going straight, that's Alexanderplatz, where the TV tower is. That's one of the main kind of core place in Berlin. At least it's the center of East Berlin anyway. Berliners feel at home when we drive home and get to see the TV tower. That's where the home is, we know. This is Straßberger Platz. It's about 12 kilometers from the start, and when you see this around there, there should be water only, liquid only aid station. So you come to this place, then turn right. These apartments are sort of high quality communist style apartments. They look immaculate. So yeah, if you've got a bit of extra energy, have a look. It's quite interesting. After you turn right to Kopenikerstraße, on the right there's a very famous club called Tresor. This club used to be located at Potsdamer Platz, which you'll be running through later on in a race. Yeah, a legendary club. Now, about a decade ago, they moved to a new location here on Kopenikerstraße. When you're running, you might see some clubbers coming out from the club, because there's another club down the street as well. This is Kopbussertor. Just before you get here, there's an aid station. This is an area where many Turkish people live. So if you're after a really nice quality Turkish food, I recommend you to come to this area. There are loads of great restaurants. The nightlife here is quite good as well. Oh, that's a bit chaotic at Hermannplatz. After you turn right onto Hasenheide, there's a park called Hasenheide. Also there's a water-only aid station as well. So you should remember here. Hasenheide is where regular Parkrun in Berlin happens. I'm not sure if we're doing the 5k run the day before Berlin Marathon, if we're aiming for personal best, but yeah, usually there are so many people, so many runners turning up to Parkrun. Yeah, good to check out, and maybe you can do a bit of conditioning before the race. Just after 19 kilometers point, there's a Märchendam. This is where very famous curry sausage place and also a kebab places. It's got a Mustafa's Gemüse kebab. Usually the queue is just ridiculous. So long. I'd say it's not worth waiting, because I tell you a little secret. There's another branch at very close to Kopbusator, so I recommend you to go there, so you don't have to queue like 2 hours. Another one is Curry 36, Curry 36 in German. It looks busy, but it relatively goes fast enough to get to the counter. Also, there's another branch at Zoologische Garten station as well. So yeah, maybe you can go there as well if you can't be even bothered waiting that long. A few tips about Curry 36. They have a variety of things they sell. They have different kinds of sausages, the normal meat and organic meat, which they name it Bio, just like any other organic products in Germany, biologisch. So yeah, Bio Wurst, Bio Currywurst, that's how it's called. They taste better, way stronger taste. Actual strength of the meat is way better, so I recommend you to try them. There are two versions, one with the skin on and one without. When I moved here, I used to like the skin on, but now I really like the one without. They also have Berliner meatballs. They're called Buletten. Curry 36 makes really nice ones. So not only curry sausages, but you should try Bulette as well. This is about 20 kilometers point from the start. About halfway through, there should be an aid station. So you get to refill yourself for the last half. Today I finished my video here. Part 2 will be the last half of the course. Just before I finish, I tell you one interesting thing about Berlin traffic signals. For pedestrians, if you look at pedestrian lights, in East Berlin you get to see Ampelmann. So by looking at traffic lights, you can tell if you're in East Berlin or West Berlin. If you have a chance, have a look. So see you in part 2.